Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. We are talking about ear stretching again today, the topic that I can seemingly never run out of things to discuss. And today I'd like to talk about thin spots more in depth. You'll hear me talk about these a lot on my channel, from videos about what to do with thinning earlobes to handling blowouts and tears and mistakes gone wrong with stretching. But what exactly are thin spots? A thin spot is a term used in piercing and stretching to refer to an area where the tissue of a stretched piercing, typically a lobe, is beginning to thin out. Now, this can be caused from things like improper placement. If you're stretching a piercing that was maybe too low or too off center to begin with, it may stretch towards that low point and create a thin spot. Thin spots are also very commonly caused by tears, blowouts, or improper stretching techniques. What happens is that if you are stretching too quickly or using tapers or tape or potentially using like lower quality jewelry and it's causing damage each time you stretch, what happens is the first time you cause that damage, maybe it's very mild damage, maybe it's not a big bloody blowout, maybe it's just the tiniest little micro tear on a portion of your lobe. Well, the next time you stretch too soon or with the wrong stuff, that same spot is already a little bit weaker, so it tears again. And then again, and then again. And that becomes the weakest link in the structure of your earlobe. And that one spot is what tears each time something goes wrong with stretching until eventually it becomes a thin spot. Now, I'm going to put some photo examples of thin spots here up on the screen. I know some folks can get squicked out about this with stretched earlobes, so this is your little warning. But here are a few picture examples of various thin spots. And we can see that it is very noticeably thinner than the rest of the lobe in each of these picture examples. So thin spots are not ideal because as you stretch, once that area of weakness is there, the ear just kind of wants to stretch to that path of least resistance. So each new stretch keeps putting more and more pressure on that thin spot. And that can eventually cause the ear to end up snapping, like the final image in this photo set from BME. Now, some folks catch thin spots early on and are very diligent and responsible. They switch to safe stretching methods, they downsize for a while, they take care of their lobes, and it never progresses past just like a slightly thinner spot. But for many folks, once they develop a thin spot, it's kind of all over. The ear only ever wants to stretch to that thin spot. And no matter what they do, no matter how careful they are, no matter how safe their practices are now, every time they go up, it's just going into that thin spot. And very often thin spots are why I see people unable to make it to their goal size. And that sucks because you can start developing a thin spot very early on. So I'll see people who were just stretching too quickly and unsafely with tapers and like acrylic jewelry or eyelets. God, I have a whole video about eyelets for stretching and why I hate them so much, but I really do see a lot of those thin-walled eyelets cause thin spots for people over time because they just love to catch that same part of the ear when you stretch with them, and they're awful, they're the worst. I only suggest solid plugs for stretching for that reason. I just see it so often with eyelets. But they make these mistakes when they're very early on in stretching, maybe from 8 to 6 or 6 to 4 or 4 to 2, and then they're trying to get to, let's say, 7/8, and starting at around 1/2 inch, 5/8, they start seeing that thin spot showing up. And it had already happened way back at 8 or 6 gauge. And even though they're stretching safely now, even though they're using good proper materials, there's no way that they're gonna make it safely to their goal size with their thin spot. And it's one of the reasons why we as piercers so stress safe stretching practices, because we know that these things that we do, these mistakes that we make very early on in our stretching journey, can absolutely come back to bite us in the butt in a very bad way years down the line. Now, God forbid you do get a thin spot, what do? Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but really the only surefire way to deal with a thin spot, especially an extreme thin spot, would be to see a heavy mod artist and have the thin spot removed and the lobe reconstructed and stretch from whatever size it gets reconstructed down to. If the thin spot is more mild, folks have had some success with removing jewelry, downsizing, restretching slowly and safely, sometimes doing 2 or 3 rounds of this process to allow the lobe to build back up elasticity and blood flow, really baby the lobe during this. And I have seen some folks have some success with that, but it is not a fast method by any means. We are talking about someone devoting sometimes anywhere from 1 to 5 years to downsizing and slowly restretching, downsizing and slowly restretching, and doing it all very safely, very carefully, single ferrule glass, millimeter or 0.5 millimeter increments. And it's a big time commitment. All of those things can be avoided by just being careful and safe with how you stretch in the beginning. And if you are concerned about thin spots on your lobes or the health of your stretched lobes, I strongly suggest getting an in-person checkup with a reputable piercer who's knowledgeable about stretching. Folks love to just kind of post pictures on Reddit or TikTok and be like, is this safe? Like, do my lobes look thin? And sometimes it's something that we can really easily assess from a photo, but a lot of times you really can't beat an in-person assessment so that we can feel the ear. So much might not show in a picture, but can be felt if we feel a band of scar tissue on the lobe, or we can see in person a crease that looks innocuous in a picture, but when we manipulate the ear, it's like, oh, this is actually the beginning of a thin spot. So really strongly suggest trying to get an in-person checkup with an experienced piercer on the topic of stretching if you are concerned that you have thin spots on your lobes. But please, folks, stretch safely, stretch carefully, stretch slowly. Patience is a virtue. It is not a race. And I promise you, if you are concerned about thin spots or you've seen folks post about it online and that worries you in the stretching process, stretching safely is the best way to avoid dealing with that. All right, folks, thanks so much for sitting down and chatting, and I can't wait to talk with you again next week. Bye.